In a wrongful death case, when you go out to the waiting room, you often see a woman and two children and an empty chair sitting next to her. And right away you realize that her case is very different than everyone else's. There's a huge gap right there, right in front of you. And they're basically doing a very difficult job, and they're doing it without the support of probably someone who was the most important person in their life. And when we meet them, we look them in the eyes, we work with them, and we promise them till the day that this case is over, we're going to do our absolute most to try and fill that chair. In a wrongful death case in the state of New York, most clients' biggest misconception is that they come into your office thinking that they're going to be pursuing an award from a court for their emotional loss and their emotional suffering. Unfortunately, New York State does not take that into consideration in a wrongful death cause of action. The wrongful death cause of action in the state of New York is limited to the economic loss suffered by the distributees of the decedent. A wrongful death action can only be commenced by an administrator or an executor of the estate or the will, or legal representative of the decedent. The wrongful death action is commenced for the benefit of what we call distributees. A distributee can be a spouse, can be a child, can be an adult child, can be a child that was conceived and born out of wedlock, which it was referred to as an illegitimate child. These are people who must prove that they had a reasonable expectation of having support of the decedent, the person who died, had that person not died when they did. You know from the beginning that when you start this litigation, you're not bringing the decedent back, and they know that nothing you can do is going to bring that decedent back. But again, my job, when I see that empty chair sitting next to that woman with her children in the waiting room, my job is to do as much as possible to bring into their lives what that empty chair would have brought into their lives had they been here today. There's only so much you can do, but our job is to do as much as you can possibly do to accomplish that.